to tonight, I kind of have a sense how it's going to look. We're going to see a game that's really competitive for about a half. And in the end, I think Golden State's got too many weapons. They're going to win. They're going to pull away. It's going to be 8, 10, 12 points. And I don't think it's like last year. I really don't. This is Rob Parker was on earlier today. I know last year Golden State had a 3-1 lead in the series, and then it fell. But it doesn't feel the same to me. It doesn't for a lot of reasons. Here's Rob Parker earlier today.
The difference between Game 5 last year and Game 5 tonight is a big difference. Draymond Green's playing. He didn't play last year in Game 5. And Kevin Durant's playing. There's no way that the Warriors aren't going to win Game 5 at home and close them out. They're just better than the Cleveland Cavaliers.
If Cleveland wins, I don't even know what I'm going to say tomorrow. I'm going to have to bring up something and fill space, but I just can't even imagine. I mean, listen, we all know. Here's the reality of it. We all know if I said to you Cleveland wins tonight, you know why they win. LeBron is absurd. 44, 13, 9. I just don't see him doing that. I mean, it's you know, if you go look at the 4 best players in this series, I put it up earlier, LeBron has the best statistical line of any player in this series. Durant's got more points, but LeBron leads in field goal, rebound, assists. LeBron's the best player in the series. But if I told you tonight Kevin Durant doesn't play particularly well, you can still see Golden State winning, and comfortably if Steph and Clay are hot. If I say Steph is off tonight, Steph's off regularly in the finals, and they win games. If I say LeBron's off, series over. So I think we hold them to a totally different standard. I think they're going to win Golden State comfortably. I think they have the better coach. I think they have the better staff. I think they have the better team. I think they have more good players. And Kevin Durant's going to win the MVP, and it doesn't mean he's the better player. He's just on a better assortment of talent. And listen, I thought the Atlanta Falcons were every bit as good as New England. And that was one of those games where North Carolina Gonzaga, I thought it was close. Like they're most of the time, Clemson, Alabama had more good players, but I thought it would be, you know, competitive. Like this series, after watching the first game and seeing how much trouble Cleveland's older players had in transition, it was sort of a wow moment. It was like they're going to have to slow it down completely to win this game. They're going to need ugliness. I can't even think tonight. Like, I'm trying to think of ways Cleveland would win tonight. And I'm thinking, would Durant get in foul trouble? Okay, he's in foul trouble, but they'd lean on other people. I'm thinking maybe an injury. But, I mean, Cleveland hit 24 threes. Here's the ultimate sign of how dangerous Golden State is. That game with Cleveland was over, you could say, like, with 10 minutes to go, right? But there was 4.5 minutes to go, and it was like 16. And I'm like, oh, you can't pull LeBron out now. I was like, oh, God, no. It was a 16-point game. Cleveland had dominated it physically. And with 4 minutes to go, I'm like, you better not pull him. You better wait till they pull Durant and Curry. You better not pull him. And that's trailing by 16. I just have this feeling, even if Cleveland was great and LeBron was 0 dark 30, and it's a 6-point game late, I just think Golden State would figure out a way to the bench, the depth, the speed, the length, the shooting. The game was really officiated, A, Cleveland's favor, and B, I mean, that's the best I've ever seen a team shoot threes. So I'm struggling to imagine. And when you watch the Cleveland Golden State game Friday, it felt like to me about 5 minutes in, Golden State just didn't show up. You could tell from their defensive intensity, which they had none of. Golden State just didn't play with any fire, and it happens. The year in which Michael Jordan went 72-10, they lost to the expansion Raptors. They lost to a terrible Denver team that year. Basketball is the confidence and overconfident sport. It just is. It just, that's why you have so few sweeps, even by Michael Jordan's Bulls in the finals and in the conference finals. We're calling Michael Jordan's teams the best ever. Utah took them 6, and they never won a title. The year Jordan retired, Utah didn't even get to the finals. So it's just hard to sweep. It's basketball's the one sport. And I won't even say basketball. The NBA is the one sport. If you have better players, you know it, and you know you're going to win the series. You can count on one hand the upsets in NBA playoff history. The only one I ever remember in the finals. I mean, a real upset was the Pistons beating Shaq and Kobe Lakers. Like, that was shocking that it was in 5, and I thought the Lakers were going to win it in 5. I mean, that didn't even look like you thought it would look like. Draymond Green was funny this week. He was making fun of Cleveland. He said, Cleveland's just not that smart. They're not that sharp as a city. Here's Draymond.
They thought I had tech I didn't have, so that wasn't sharp.
It was on the box show. Everybody thought you had that tech.
I knew I didn't, so maybe I'm just a little sharper than others then, huh? I don't know. But they played hit the road, Jack, and I didn't have to hit the road, so I didn't think that was that sharp. But maybe you thought that was sharp.
Well, I was looking at the box score.
I was looking at reality.
I find him